The night beckons.
First of all, let me apologize for the video format. When I did this project, I didn't have the foresight to get this all on video, so slideshow is what it's going to have to be. In this video, we will be making what you see on screen. Personally, I think the dragon is pretty goofy looking, but it's got the bones of something that can be really special. I hope this guide will help you make your own. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about how we did this. This build was centered around the neck. For the neck, I was going to use one of these dog agility training tunnels, and this one in particular is 2 feet in diameter. Now that we have a neck selected, we're going to start working on the head. The base of the head is made of chicken wire. We start by making a sphere out of chicken wire that is larger than the neck so that the neck can fit into it. For the mouth portion of it, we're going to make 2 half cylinders and we're going to cave in the front parts to make the snout. All of this will be zip tied together. Don't worry about the shape for the moment. Now we're going to give the head more of its detail. Start by surrounding the base of the head in saran wrap. Next, we're going to work on the snout. We're going to do this by starting from the head and going over the snout and back to the head itself. This is going to give the dragon a much smoother shape. This last part is going to give the dragon its real shape. What you're going to want to do is go around the snout carefully, not making it too tight. This is going to give the dragon a nice organic shape. The next step is to paper mache the head to give it a bit more structure. This will help support the chicken wire. Although I don't show it, there's a hole in the back of the mouth. This will be used to push fog through. In front of this hole, there is another opening. This opening will be used to add a flame light bulb to give the fog some color. Now that the openings have been made, the next step is to paint the inside of the mouth black. With that completed, we can finally give the dragon its final layer of skin. There are many options to choose from, but I found this one to be my favorite. It has a nice shine to it and it's elastic, which makes it very easy to work with. The fabric here didn't line up perfectly, but it worked well enough. My plan was to put this on my roof, so it didn't need to look perfect. The next step here is to work on the eyes. The eyes are made from ornaments that you can decorate yourself, and they're really easy to work with because they come split in half. To give the eye its color, you're going to start by masking just to get the black middle portion of the eye. Paint that portion black, wait for it to dry, and remove the masking tape. Then paint the rest of the eye whatever color you prefer. I chose to use yellow. Unfortunately, I don't show it here, but before installing the eye, make an opening and put a low profile light bulb under the eye. This is going to give it a little bit more attention. To make it look a little bit better, get a little bit of material and put it over the top and bottom of the eye to act as eyelids. Before continuing, we should figure out the lighting situation. To do this, I got a 20-foot long bulb extension that is long enough to go through the length of the neck. At the end of that, we can put an adapter that has its own socket and 2 outlet sockets. This will allow us to illuminate both eyes and the 1 light bulb in the mouth. For the teeth, I found these flower spikes at Hobby Lobby, and they come in a pack of 12. Again, I find the dragon to be a bit goofy looking. If I could change one thing, I would for sure make the bottom part of the mouth a little bit longer so it matches the top portion of the mouth a little bit. One of my weaknesses is that I'm a bit ambitious when it comes to these projects. My intent was to have the dragon overhanging from the roof, but the weight made it feel very precarious. I did, however, want to share these images because there was still a lot of work put into it. The last thing to do to the head is we're going to get a dryer vent hose and we're going to connect it to that big opening in the back of the mouth. Make sure that the hose is long enough that it'll reach through the neck. At the other end of the neck, we're going to put a fan and a fog machine. The last remaining step is to cover the neck in the same material as the head. Again, I apologize for the format, but I thought it was worth documenting this project.
Echoing wide, monsters born nowhere to hide. Darkness souls stitched and sealed in this lab where secrets are revealed.